Right, we're going to go for a dragon this time. He's big, he's beautiful, a little bit scary, but he can open and close his mouth and stare at you with his large eyes. Whoa! You're going to need stapler, scissors, felt tip pen, and sticky, some card of a bright colour, 2 big googly eyes, 2 smaller pieces of card, some black, some white, some tissue paper in contrasting colours. Fold it in half. There's the fold. Now that edge I'm going to bring back to the fold and press it down, turn it over, and that edge I'm going to bring back to the fold and turn it down and press it. If you look at it now sideways, it's like a that way up, it's like a W, so you know you've got it right. Okay, now we start with the fiddly bits. There's our W. In the middle, we've got to get a little hinge. So the very central fold that we had, the first fold, I'm going to do a chop and a chop there. Chop and stop, and push it through. That'll make somewhere to attach his tongue. When it's pushed through, just firmly fold it down. That bit we can close up and staple it together. Stapled up near the edge. A really good push. And the other side. So it makes a kind of pocket in there. Okay, and then that was the first edge, coming back to the middle fold. When it's there, staple it in place at that side and at that side. And that makes the basis of the head. Now then, I can get my hand in. It's just a little bit difficult to get my thumb in, so I'm just going to do a couple of cuts in that bottom edge so that it's a little bit easier to get my thumb in. That can fold down. Try it again for size. Yes, that's working.
Oh yeah. I'm not born yet though. I'm not really ready.
Now then, here and here are where we want the eyes to stick up. So, make sure you've only got the top layer, and you do a chop and a stop, a chop and a stop, 1, a chop and a stop and a chop and a stop, 2. These bits stay where they are, these bits go up, up. That's where the eyes are going to stick on. Okay? Eyes aren't really square shapes, so I'm just going to trim off the corners with a kind of round cut. Trim off the corners with a round cut, and then they look more of a eye shape. Now, just so that they show up a little bit better, I'm going to get some black paper, fold that in half, and that's going to go behind there. So the same sort of shape, but a bit bigger. I'm cutting around like an arched doorway, like that. 2 of them. Put the 2 together and just fringe round it. By fringing, I mean lots of chop and stops all the way around the edge. And they'll be like the eyelashes for the dragon. Chop and stops all the way around the edge. You've cut 1, but because it was a double layer, you've cut 2, which makes it quick. Right, need some glue on there. Glue sticks are very useful, and we can get them from scrap store. They're not too expensive, and they never dry out if you remember to put the lid on every time. 1 ready for sticking, 2 ready for sticking. That'll stick onto the bits that are sticking up, and that'll go on that side. Then we want the actual eyes, the big googly ones. I'm going to put a bit of glue on there, screw it up a little bit. I'm using a lot of glue this afternoon. Make sure it's in the right place. On that eye, and another one for the other side. There we go. Sometimes, just to make sure they're going to stick, I hold them in place for a little while, and then I try to remember to put the lid back on. Now then, whoa, it's starting to look rather good. Now then, whiskers. I've got 2 different colours of tissue paper here. I'm going to cut both at the same time, and I'm going to make it quick by folding and folding and folding, because it doesn't matter if these are perfectly straight or a little bit ziggy-zaggy. I'm cutting, shaving a bit off, shave it off, shave it off. It's like cutting salad. A few different bits. We'll open those out and you'll find you've got some streamers ready for his whiskers. All of those, it looks like a nice lettuce salad, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Bundle them together, give them an extra bit of glue, and then they'll go into the corner of his mouth where his whiskers grow. And then for the other side, you can use as much of this as you like and whatever colours you fancy. If you've got plenty of tissue paper, go for it. Give him great big long whiskers. There, that's all what real dragons have. Long dangling whiskers into the corner of his mouth. Now then, do you think the dragon should have teeth? Because he's not very fierce if he hasn't got any teeth. So that's our next job. The white card that we had. And with our felt tip pen, just draw a zigzag. Zig, zag, zig, zag, zig, zag, zig, zag. And it could have bottom teeth and top teeth. If we cut out the zigzags, we'll find we've been rather clever and cut out both sets at the same time. Go around the zigzags, up and down. And these can be the top teeth and these can be the bottom teeth. Gnashers. So they need to be stapled into his mouth.
It won't hurt a bit. No.
Put them down there. Staple at both ends and then we'll fold them up. 1, 2, and the other side we'll put them along the fold and 2 staples. 1, 2. Now then, at the moment they're just sort of lying down, so what you need to do is keep your thumb on to keep them from popping off and fold them up. Then they look a bit more fierce, and these ones the same. Fold them up. I can see the green felt tip pen on my teeth. It looks as if he hasn't cleaned his teeth this morning, doesn't it? Bad dragon. You're supposed to clean your teeth every day. So the only thing that's missing is a tongue. And that just needs to be a red piece of card. If you know what to do with your scissors, you can close your scissors, lay them on there, finger behind and pull. And that makes the tongue go nice and curly. With a bit of glue on the end. And that should stick into his mouth and fasten to that very first chop we did at the back. Do you remember? It's in there. That will attach to it. Give it a squeeze and then you can put your hand in and you can go round the corner and say, "Hey, Grandad, how'd you like my dragon?"
Whoa, I'm a fierce one. Yahoo!
I'm a dragon. For more exciting ideas, check out my channel, Scrap Magic.